The capacity tab is used to calculate the number of clients a program can serve each month. If one already knows their monthly capacity, they can enter it in directly in cell C3. If they don't know their capacity, they can use the rest of the worksheet to help calculate that. To begin, one needs to consider staffing. Depending on the program, PrEP staffing needs may include nurses, counselors, clinicians, outreach workers, or others. Choose either one or two staff types that serve as potential bottlenecks for PrEP delivery, and specify the number of minutes of staffing time needed for both initiation and continuation visits. We provided some default values to assist with this, which you can access by clicking on the link in cell D7. These are based on a number of different cost studies, and they detail minutes by different providers, as well as by different priority populations and service delivery approaches. One can use these defaults, or they can rely on their own data or estimates from their own clinicians. I'm going to enter data for my particular program. Next, one needs to estimate the proportion of total visits that are initiation. Because more staffing time and laboratory capacity is usually needed for initiation versus continuation visits, users need to estimate what % of all visits are initiations. This proportion will change over time, so it is recommended to put in a current estimated value and then experiment with different values. We've put a note into that effect here. I'm going to put in 50%. Next, we're going to enter data on the total drug capacity and the number of pills needed per client day. Drug capacity is typically determined at the national or regional level, so one can enter in the annual PrEP drug capacity in terms of the number of available pills. Next, one enters the number of pills per client per day. This is typically 1. Next, we'll begin specifying service delivery units for those who administer PrEP. These could be clinics, hospitals, mobile outreach teams, drop-in centers, etc. So one can list out each of the service delivery units for which PrEP is being delivered. I will just enter the first one here, called Clinic 1. Then for each service delivery unit, specify the number of type A staff available each day who can deliver PrEP, starting in column C. I'm going to say at Clinic 1, there are 4 people available. Then we need to know the number of minutes available for PrEP per day. So this can be estimated. And the number of days per week staff available for PrEP. Repeat this for type B providers. So if type A was our nurses, maybe type B are our counselors, and we can include that here. Next, we can move on to laboratory capacity. That's the number of PrEP initiation labs that can be processed each day, followed by the number of days per week that labs are processed. The next variable looks at a different type of capacity, and it looks rather at demand, or the number of potential clients per month. In a sense, this is the number of people coming through the doors who might be wanting and demanding PrEP. Drug capacity will be allocated based on an algorithm once this worksheet is complete. Once you complete data entry for all service delivery units, the total monthly capacity is calculated in cell C4. This can then be linked to other modules in the tool. Additionally, there are a few other outputs on this page. In column R, shows the bottleneck for each service delivery unit, meaning the limiting factor preventing greater PrEP provision. Looking across service delivery units, the pie chart shows a summary of bottlenecks, so users can identify what factors are most limiting for PrEP provision. Additionally, one can look at the monthly staff hours shown in cells J7 through J9. These results indicate the number of staff hours available for PrEP that are not being used due to other bottlenecks, which is particularly important if staff are dedicated to PrEP provision and don't share their time with other programs. Finally, the tool calculates the number of pills needed for full capacity, which is available in cells J13 and 14. That is all that is needed for this tab. Please refer to the user guide for more information, and thank you for watching.